Fans Beyond Wrestling, this is Denver, Colorado, the man, not the place, man. It's been too long. Coming back to you with an episode of All Killer, more matches from the second St. Louis Sleeper Cell taping. Going to be starting things off with Matt Cage versus Trik Davis. It's been a while since I've done this. Got a little bit rusty. Got to shake the commentary rust, as it were. It's already Trik Davis and Matt Cage trading waist locks. And I'd have to guess as this match unfolds, it's going to be a battle of the strikes on a Matt Cage versus the mat wrestling of Trik Davis. Some unusual counters and combinations. If he can get Matt Cage down on the mat, it's going to make it very difficult for Matt Cage to connect with a number of those strikes. We saw Trik Davis in the counter right there. He was able to maintain a position of control quite some time, but both competitors back up to their feet. Matt Cage, a star on the rise. Not to take anything away from Trik Davis, though. If you follow him on social media, you know that he's probably one of the most well-conditioned athletes in all of professional wrestling. Extremely strong. And that upper body strength especially allows him to apply holds that a lot of other competitors normally wouldn't be able to utilize. Just like that, Matt Cage trying to target that wrist. Davis gets underneath him, sweeps out the legs. Cage banged the back of his head. Seamlessly able to flip him over to his belly to try and attack the head. Now he's trying to lock the arms. He's got the left one locked, giving up on the right side of the body. And instead, puts him on his back. Never know what Trik Davis is going to be looking for, what he's going to be going for, whether it's a submission or a pin or something else. Very, very difficult to prepare for. Davis likes to take his time, too. Got a much more conservative hold out of Matt Cage with that side headlock. Trik Davis stepping on the back of the leg, pops right out. Still trying to maintain contact with that left arm, but Matt Cage able to back up. Cautiously getting up to a vertical base. No, trying to sweep out the legs from underneath Trik Davis. Here we go, tying up once again. This time it's Davis with the side headlock applied. What kind of a counter is Cage going to be able to find? Pull the momentum off the ropes. You got caught with that arm drag. Take it down with that shoulder tackle. And look at that as he goes to trip up Trik Davis. He held on with that waist lock right into the pin. And here we see back into that side headlock. Got shrugged off that time. Again, Matt Cage cautious to charge in because even from that position, even with Trik Davis on the ground, he knows that he can get wrestled to the ground himself. And again, be put possibly in a pin or a submission predicament. Tying up, back him up in the corners, Matt Cage. Now it's Trik Davis firing off a number of shots to the abdomen. Matt Cage is on his back. He's got that leg tangled up. He's going to try and find an escape. And there we see Trik Davis going after the right knee. Again, Matt Cage throwing a variety of strikes, not only with his legs, but his hands. Perhaps Trik Davis was a bit distracted, and you can't fault the strategy. He knows where he is in the ring at all times. And that's going to be frustrating as Matt Cage, the moment that he's able to get back on top. Trik Davis, just like that, putting his foot on the rope, almost arrogantly, the way that he did it. It was very nonchalant. At no point did it look like Trik Davis felt like he was in any sort of danger. Now he's got that clutch applied. A head drag, you don't see that too often. Very difficult to prepare for. You gotta remember, Trik Davis, one of Chris Hero's prized students. Oh! Well, right there, Matt Cage just a little bit too quick, caught him with the head scissors. Face first into the buckle. And it looks as though the speed of this match, as it starts to pick up, it's going to favor Matt Cage. Only good for a 1 count after catching him with that leg lariat. On with that European uppercut. Davis with some separation. Matt Cage not allowing it. That's good. Cage needs to be more aggressive. He can't be afraid to get lured into some of Davis's traps. Oh, man, caught him hard with another European uppercut.
Get him out of there, let's go.
Ooh, and the headbutt. The referee telling these guys to get out of the corner. That's a position that's certainly favoring Matt Cage right now. Look at these unorthodox shots, even a headbutt to the knee. And it looks as though Davis is coming to the match with a strategy to really target that right leg. The right leg up. Oh, look for that combination. But he was able to block it with the leg hung up. Caught him with that drop kick. Cage is known for that signature combination in the corner. He takes out one of his opponent's legs. On the way down, catches him with a knockout knee to the face.
Hey, what's the throw? Come on!
Now Davis going after the legs once again. Just driving him into the center of the ring. Not wasting any time going for the pin. You see he has the weakened leg hooked. Even as Cage kicks out, not relenting at all. Davis using his own knee to keep that leg pinned to the mat. You see him just punching and tearing away at some of the ligaments, the tendons. Very delicate part of the body is the knee. Very unusual hold applied right here, and Matt Cage realizing how close he is to the ropes. But Davis, instead of letting up, punched him in the back of the head. This is a side of Davis that we have not seen yet in these St. Louis Sleeper Cell tapings. Cage holding on to the ropes. And Trik Davis instead going after the arms. That was enough to get him to break the hold on the ropes. Now just driving the knee in the canvas. Trik Davis is very smart as he continues to go after the right leg of Matt Cage. He's also sprinkling in some pinning combinations. Because guess what? You never know when you're going to catch your opponent sleeping. And on top of that, Cage has to expend the energy to kick out, which he would otherwise be looking to reserve to try and fight back.
Watch out.
Look at this, even in a vulnerable position, able to get Cage off his feet and right into that leg lock. Trik Davis is as unorthodox as we have ever seen in Beyond Wrestling. In a lot of ways, he almost reminds me of Eric Corvus. In the sense that he seems like he's an opponent that is so difficult to prepare for because he's going to throw things at you that you've never seen before, that you're never going to see again, and it's practically impossible to counter. Look at the way he has the legs tied up there. Didn't think that he was going to be able to get the pin. Rolls Matt Cage over to his back, forcing him to kick out. And we saw Cage kicking out, using his momentum, having to shift his body's weight. By doing so, he inadvertently drove his own leg down into the mat.
Check on him.
And really, Davis's approach this entire time, he seems so nonchalant, so calm, so at ease, very methodical. Matt Cage, however, at this point in the contest, seems a lot more concerned. Just trying to protect that right leg. Oh, Davis came running in right there. Got tripped up, again face first into the buckle. That's how Matt Cage was able to build momentum the first time in this contest. So much damage has been done to that leg. How's he going to be able to move around? Stumbling around, still with enough upper body strength to take Davis off his feet. On him with that atomic drop, perhaps on instinct alone. That was a bad move. Still able to take him down with that clothesline. Davis is hurting right here. Brings him back up to his feet. Oh, man! What impact on the neck breaker. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Matt Cage still favoring that leg. It's been targeted for close to 10 minutes at this point, almost throughout the entire contest. And you can see that the lack of momentum hurting him right there as he came charging in. Trik Davis sending that buckle. Oh, wow! As he rolled Cage back up to his feet, got behind him with that momentum, took him down with the German suplex. It wasn't enough to put him away, but it was a very impressive feat out of Trik Davis nevertheless. Certainly looked to be deviating from his strategy of attacking the leg. So now he's trying to bring Matt Cage back up to his feet. Cage with a number of elbow shots. Trik Davis crumpling down on the mat. Once again, look for that waist lock. Just got caught. Open hand slap. Came charging in, rebounding off the ropes and take it down with a zigzag. Impact to the back of the head. Is that the knockout blow? No.
2. Come on, ref. 2.
Hey, come on, wake up.
Davis almost flailing around. Very unusual competitor. Still in a very prone position, just trying to push away the leg. Got caught with that back chop. Doesn't seem like he's doing much to fight back right here. I'm not sure what his strategy is. Oh, he was playing possum. Caught him with the Hurricane Rana out of the Tiger Bomb attempt. Didn't have the position that he needed for the pin. Matt Cage able to reverse. But as Trik Davis kicks out, kicks him in the gut. A number of knee shots to the back of that bad knee. And now he's got the legs all tied up. Look at this submission. I'm at a loss for words. How would you even describe this? It's almost like a variation of a Boston Crab, except all the pressure is on that bad knee. I've never seen a hold like this before. You hear the other wrestlers pleading with Matt Cage not to tap. Again, using that upper body strength to climb over the ropes. You got to think that he was just seconds away from giving it up.
Go right back to it. Come on.
Now just favoring that right knee, holding it, unable to defend himself. Using whatever strength is left to push Davis off. He's got the inside cradle. I think the referee was just a step behind on that one. Oh, kicked him in the knee that kicked him in the face. Right into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. First time in the contest, we're starting to see Davis get frustrated. Davis picking up Matt Cage off the mat, looking for a suplex, couldn't get it, still holding on the arm. Next with a series of forearms, but turned right around in that open hand strike. That time he caught him, couldn't find a counter, the impact of the pin. Caught him with the knee under the chin, but once again, that was the bad knee. One of Matt Cage's calling cards. It took too much time getting into the pin. Matt Cage is going to have to end things quickly. He's really going to be careful. I wouldn't be surprised at this point to see if he couldn't even support his body's weight on that leg. Still hobbling around. This could be a mistake. He's already got his opponent down on the mat. Wants to get him in a more favorable position. He's got him up on his shoulders. I'll give him credit. But just crumpled. Couldn't get the position that he needed. Davis slid off his shoulders. Typically, Matt Cage likes to throw his opponent overhead and catch him with a punch on the way down. Looking for it once again. He's got Davis up on the shoulders. Can he hit it this time? No, instead Davis caught him with that inverted Hurricane Rana right on the top of his head. Trik Davis stumbling around himself. He's got a number of shots to the head that he's already had to endure. Oh, man. What impact. A variation of the snowplow. And somehow Cage still kicking out. Give both of these competitors credit. There's a number of times at this point where it could have gone either way. As we're approaching the 15-minute mark. Both of these guys are spent. Saw Davis, he was trying to approach his opponent. He might not even be able to see straight at this point. Finding the mark that time. Got him hooked up once again. This time, Cage able to slip out the back door. He's got Davis up on his shoulders. Oh, and punched him in the back of the head on the way down. Caught him that time. Davis trying to roll to his stomach. And instead gets pinned. The folding press does the trick as Matt Cage able to withstand the punishment to his knee to pick up the victory over Trik Davis.
Trik, you good?
Moving right along, we got some 6-man tag team action with some of the less seasoned members of the St. Louis Sleeper Cell. We've got Alex Rudolph and Frank Wyatt beating the hell out of each other before the match begins to get themselves hyped up. Teaming with poor Jake Parnell. I don't know how he fits into this equation at all. You've got Jeff O'Shea with the skull cap, Brandon Gallagher with the blue hair, and J.J. Garrett in the white trunks. Jake Parnell. I don't like his chances as a partner. I don't like his opponent's chances. You put anybody in the ring against Alexander Rudolph and Frank Wyatt, they're going to get beaten up pretty bad. I don't even think the match has officially started yet. And there goes J.J. Garrett. What comes up must go down. And Parnell already celebrating, thinking that he's won the match. He just got taken down again. Rudolph telling Jake Parnell to get his opponents. He's basically been thrown to the wolves at the bell finally sounding. The match underway. And Jeff O'Shea, J.J. Garrett, and Brandon Gallagher got unloaded on their opponent. That flying cross body right into the pin. I thought that was going to be it. Perhaps this tag match an experiment out of Rudolph and Wyatt to toughen up Parnell. The least experienced of all the members in this matchup. O'Shea taking a sweet time right there. Set him up for Garrett, who came in with that corkscrew plancha. Another great maneuver. I'll give Jake Parnell credit. He's kicked out a few times. I don't think he's got much gas left in the tank. O'Shea coming back in, caught him with that elbow. Oh man, hard with the forearm. He's got that clutch applied just to back him into the corner. Fires away with another shot. This time to the chest. He's got his opponent trapped and just raining down blows. Losing his footing, gets kicked into the ropes. Look at Parnell credit, going with that lung blower. Shades of John Walters. Whatever happened to that guy? And Parnell, to his credit, bringing his opponent over to the corner. Tags in Rudolph. Oh, I should say Rudolph tagged himself. Wyatt keeping O'Shea in a position. Kicked his skull cap right off of him. And I'm just choking him with it. Referee admonishing Alex Rudolph. He's decided to wear it as a headband. I didn't know you could do that. Asking the official how it looks, allowing Frank Wyatt for the double team. Referee smartening up. But the damage has already been done. J.J. Garrett is a long way from his corner. Rudolph, who stands well over 6 feet tall, just slamming him down. I don't think the video does it justice to just how big Alexander Rudolph and Frank Wyatt are. Huge, massive individuals. Combined weight of 500 pounds. Wyatt is just a bruiser. Caught him with that headbutt. That could break an arm. No room for separation as they continue the attack on O'Shea. Sent hard into the buckle. And look at this. I think that Alexander Rudolph is wrapping his long hair around his opponent's face. Wyatt could have been fighting him right there. I couldn't even tell. I don't even want to know. Brings him back up to his feet. And here comes Parnell unwillingly. An innocent bystander in all this. What are they going to do to Parnell? Oh, just use him as a battering ram. Doing damage to the abdomen. Must have done some damage to his head, too. Stepping on the throat, breaks it at the 3 count. At the 5, he would have been disqualified before driving the knee. Here comes Parnell, being treated with a little bit more respect by his partners. Perhaps seeing the potential, what it could be like if he grew his hair out and grew an extra foot and put on 100 to 150 pounds. It's going to take more than a suplex to put away Jeff O'Shea. Got that chin lock applied. So O'Shea's partner's trying to rally for him right there. See J.J. Garrett chomping at the bit, trying to get tagged in. Of course, Brandon Gallagher, probably the freshest man in this match. He's barely seen any action. Looking for the tag, gets cut off. And it does see as though Parnell is a little bit more aggressive than he was at the onset of this bout. That's Rudolph and Wyatt rubbing off on him. He's got that butterfly lock. Sends him over with the double underhook suplex. Rookie mistake right there, though. Not bringing his opponent to his corner. Frank Wyatt, though, nevertheless, still able to get that pin, even with the leg hooked. Only a 2 count. Wyatt taunting him. Jeff O'Shea slaps him in the face. That couldn't have been the smartest decision. Wyatt's very unusual the way that he maneuvers himself about the ring. He's almost got a bit of a spring in his step. Hey, he enjoys his line of work. He's happy to come to work every day. Crack some skulls. Other wrestlers do what they can to try and help Jeff O'Shea find his second win. I think it's funny that Rudolph and Wyatt are making Parnell do a lot of the heavy lifting at this point in the contest. But again, he's continuing to succeed, just plowed through his opponent. Looks like he was a bit distracted right there. The possibility of J.J. Garrett coming in and break things up. He's got to stay focused. Irish whip, and look at that. Sending Frank Wyatt off the ring by kicking him in the legs. That raises the ire of Rudolph. He's looking to charge into the corner. He misses wildly. Jeff O'Shea connects with the enziguri. Parnell's down. Caught Rudolph with the knee. Oh, and the discus lariat takes down Parnell. This is going to be his best opportunity to get over his corner and tag out. That's exactly what he did. Not sure who he made the tag to, as both of his partners are trying to come in. The referee's lost all control. One in and one out. You can yell at him until you're blue in the face or blue in the hair, as Brandon Gallagher is. The drop kick barely even phasing Rudolph. Springboard drop kick takes him off his feet, though. Here we see J.J. Garrett trying to build up a head of steam. Another corkscrew over the top rope, taking out everybody on the floor. The other wrestlers here at the St. Louis Sleeper taping here at the Dynamo Pro building, certainly appreciative of the efforts of all 6 of these competitors, all trying to make a name for themselves. Just flipping over the top rope is Jeff O'Shea. It's impressive considering the beating that he's been on the receiving end of the better part of 10 minutes. Looking to target Parnell, can't fault that strategy as he rolls him into the ring. Got the cover, only a 2 count. Looking for that kick, misses wildly. He's got the ripcord, holds on. Into a Northern Light suplex, great maneuver. Even great extension on the bridge, still not enough to put his opponent down. The other 4 competitors in this match still trying to recover on the floor.
No, you weren't.
Not sure what Parnell is signaling for right here.
I was pretty fucking close. Take your fucking head off!
Telegraphed that one, got caught with that knee. That'll knock the wind out of you.
Finish it.
Got him hooked up in that cradle. Oh, drives him down right in his head. Wyatt's in there to break things up. Right out of the pin. Look at the strength out of Wyatt. Into the buckle. All the way across the ring again. The Oklahoma Stampede. There's Gallagher and Garrett to break things up. That's a mouthful. Both of them taking the fight to Frank Wyatt in the corner. Parnell just getting disposed of rather easily. Rudolph comes charging and he gets sidestepped. Got low bridged, falling to the floor. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Man, that was a hard fall. But Frank Wyatt responds with a double clothesline. Got caught the knee in the corner. Oh, turned inside out. Just giving him too much size. Now Rudolph and Wyatt looking to target Jeff O'Shea. Both got him hooked up. Double powerbomb into the buckle. Similar maneuver to what we've seen from Tabernacled Team over the past few months here at Beyond Wrestling. Imagine Tabernacled Team versus these two. Jesus Christ. And the double powerbomb. Jeff O'Shea's got to be done. And that's it. All 6 of these up-and-comers looking to rise through the ranks. It's Alex Rudolph, Frank Wyatt, and yes, even Jake Parnell picking up that point. Picking up the victory over Jeff O'Shea, Brandon Gallagher, and J.J. Garrett. All right, you won the match. Leave poor Parnell alone. It is now main event time here. All Killer episode 26. A collection of matches from the second St. Louis Sleeper Cell taping. We got Ricky Starks going to be going up against Zakk Sawyers. Zakk Sawyers, a top prospect coming out of the St. Louis Sleeper Cell taping, but he's yet to pick up his first victory. Of course, Ricky Starks also winless here in Beyond Wrestling. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to start building some momentum, looking to climb up the ranks. Who's going to be left in the dust? Ricky Starks extending the hand. I'm not sure if Zakk Sawyers should trust him. Does shake his hand. Ricky Starks, very smug-looking individual. Caught the rookie off guard right there. Probably could have attacked him from behind. But instead, I'll give him credit. Looking to do it face-to-face, mano a mano. Starks looks to be in great condition, very lean, with a lot of musculature on his body. Zakk Sawyers still very young, still a lot of time to develop. Got the clean break in the corner. Zakk Sawyers perhaps is going to be taking this matchup a little bit more seriously. Ricky Starks has to be the favorite. Tying up once again. Able to transition into that waistlock from the collar and elbow tie-up. Ricky Starks doing what he can to try and fight off his opponent. He's going to find a counter. He's going to find an escape. He counters with that waistlock. Zakk Sawyers trying to lower his base of gravity.
Now you can look.
pressure to the wrist of Ricky Starks. A rudimentary hold, one that's very easy to counter. Still very painful, though. A lot of very small bones in the hand, especially at the point of the wrist. Now we see that top wrist lock from Ricky Starks. Sawyers, though, give him credit with a counter going right back of that wrist lock. Problem with this hold is that there's too much separation. You see Ricky Starks closing the distance by tripping off the leg of Sawyers. Sawyers still has that wrist lock applied. Starks can't really do too much with that right hand. Trying to control that leg. And it looked as though he was trying to pin the leg to the mat and maybe drive down his other knee, but couldn't do so. Sawyers continuing just to bend that wrist. Ricky Starks is looking for any submissions or throws, pretty much anything where he needs to clasp his hands later on in the contest. It's going to be very difficult for him to do so. But give him credit, he was able to weather the storm. Now he's got that head scissors applied, just trying to cut off the flow of blood to the brain using his legs. Around the neck, Zakk Sawyers. Trying to keep him in position, preventing Sawyers from finding an escape. I believe this is the first time ever meeting between these two individuals. Not surprised to see somewhat of a feeling out process. Neither wants to make that first big mistake. Sawyers transitions to another somewhat conservative hold and that side headlock. Starks has to be careful, make sure his shoulders don't get inadvertently pinned to the mat. Using his opponent's weight against him, bringing himself back up to that vertical base. Was trying to send Sawyers off the ropes, couldn't get the separation he needed. Sawyers continues to apply this hold. And it's veteran maneuvers on the rookie. You can understand why he's one of the most hyped competitors coming out of the St. Louis sleeper cell. However, that potential needs to manifest into a victory if he wants to move up the ranks. Not only does he have the side head scissors applied, but he's also got control of the left arm. Bending the arm all the way to the mat, really hyperextended underneath the shoulder. Sawyers forced to change his position, or else he could have been left with a broken arm. As he's trying to find an escape, Starks puts him right back between the legs. Trying to use his upper body strength to separate the legs. Puts him back in a position again. Great counter on a Zakk Sawyers shoulder right up into the pin. But Starks still maintaining the advantage. Keeping Sawyers chest first to the canvas, now trying to go after the legs. Sawyers trying to get back up to a vertical base. Starks trying to get that front face lock applied, couldn't do it. It's got him there, but too little, too late. Sawyers takes him down, now targeting the legs. Ricky Starks going after the face, but he did not target the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Nothing illegal about that. Wrestlers here in St. Louis all fired up. Very reminiscent to the pioneer days of Beyond Wrestling, as I like to describe them, when things started off in a gymnasium, the mega training facility in Elyria, Ohio. And it's incredible over the last 5 years to see just how far Beyond Wrestling has come. You see these sleeper cells popping up all around the country. Kingsport, Tennessee, Orlando, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, St. Louis, Missouri, and the list goes on and on. I've heard in the upcoming weeks we're going to have tapings in Australia? That's another continent. Hoping to present all of those matches, especially now that we've got our editing software, our editing hardware, all the means necessary to provide you, the fans Beyond Wrestling, with tons of free content at youtube.com/beyondwrestling. Going to be sitting on close to 100 matches just from the sleeper cell tapings alone. So please make sure to do everything in your power to spread the word about Beyond Wrestling. And at the absolute very least, subscribe at youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling. We'll be able to present you with more free matches, more episodes of All Killer. We've got tons of great action from the St. Louis Sleeper Cell. As we continue to present you with the matches from the second St. Louis Sleeper Cell taping right here, the main event, All Killer 26, Zakk Sawyers and Ricky Starks. The action's really starting to pick up. Sawyers instead decided to slow things down, just a snapmare. Positions his opponent in the center of the ring, the perfect opportunity to drop a leg across the throat.
Show pretty ass up. Come on. Come on now.
Starks trying to take out the leg, couldn't do so. Take it down with that neck breaker. Sawyers, though, might be taking a little bit too much time right here. See him starting to look a little bit more confident than we saw in the start of the match. He can't get cocky, though. I mean, one of the reasons that he's hyped as one of the top prospects to come out of the St. Louis Sleeper Cell is because he has the support of the other wrestlers. Guys like the Hooligans, guys like Davey Vega that do travel the country every weekend. It always surprises me when we see a wrestler that comes into Beyond Wrestling with a sour disposition, that doesn't endear himself to the other wrestlers who are there not only to critique his work, but also to scout him, to see what he's capable of. Because that's when the doors can be open for you. That's when you can move up the ranks, not only at Beyond Wrestling, but in independent wrestling, in professional wrestling. The sky is really the limit. I think now more so than ever, the gap between the independent scene and some of the major organizations in the world has been bridged. Let's take advantage of these resources. Zakk Sawyers not squandering this opportunity. And the underdog coming to this match against Ricky Starks. Just giving him too much experience. He thought he had Starks in the center of the ring. The perfect opportunity to nail the crossbody. Starks was obviously playing possum. Brings it back up to his feet. Textbook execution on that backdrop suplex. Brought him down at a really high angle. He's trying to drag him to the center of the ring to pin him. Zakk Sawyers, though, is holding on to that ropes. And Starks having to expend a little bit more energy than he probably wanted to do so at this juncture in the contest. Sawyers still showing signs of life, trying to fight back, trying to get over the ropes. Again from behind, brings him over that knee. Pendulum-style backbreaker. See competitors like Jonathan Gresham, Bolt Brady by ringside. Sawyers trying to put on the brakes. Starks moving the hand. Connects with a number of elbows just to put him back in a position to take him over with that vertical suplex. Really fighting for it. Sometimes that tunnel vision can cost you. In that instance, it paid off for Starks. He's looking for a flipping senton. Did more damage to himself as his opponent was able to get out of the way. Sawyers certainly proving to be a tenacious individual. Just like that. I mean, this late into the contest, almost seems bizarre to see him apply that side headlock, but again, it's a somewhat conservative hold. You can't make too many mistakes out of that position. It's a good opportunity for him to try and regain his bearings, plan his next course of attack, instead of just rushing in and potentially making a mistake, as we saw Starks do when he went for that flipping senton. Starks looking for an escape, able to flip through with that bridging pin. The leg is hooked. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Sawyers right back on top. Starks caught him with that knee. And again. And now just driving the face onto the knee. Starks trying to position himself on that second rope. He's going to go all the way to the top. Not sure he's going to have time to. Here comes Sawyers charging in. Just a boot to the chest. Almost put a hole in him. Lands on his feet. And charging in, though, sent face first in the buckle. Smart of Sawyers to drag him away from the ropes. He's got the leg hooked. Only a 2 count. Now he's going to head scissors apply. Different position than from what we saw Starks using earlier in the matchup. But I would argue one that can probably produce better results. Starks can't find an escape and now starting to get desperate. It looks like he's going to the ear. Got to be careful. Going to be risking disqualification. Starks trying to climb to the opposite corner. Crawls over, but Sawyers right on top of him with that forearm. Starks trying to hook that leg around the ropes, make it more difficult for Sawyers. And that was a pretty good strategy because he was able to plant him with that spine buster. Both these two really having to dig deep. You see that both men are worse for wear. Not nearly as much energy.
Come on, Ricky. You're the fucking man.
When this match started about 15 minutes ago. Starks waiting for Sawyers to get back up to his feet. Not sure what he has in mind right here. Again, just luring him into that trap. Caught him with a boot once again. And this time sidesteps him. Sawyers almost tumbled to the floor, able to catch himself. Caught him with that shoulder block. Looking to slingshot himself in the ring and go for the DDT. Starks had it blocked. Caught him with the DDT that time. Man, did you see the way that Starks' body crumpled up? Sawyers has to capitalize. Can he bring himself over? No. The official's going to be issuing a 10 count. Somebody's going to get up to their feet to answer the 10 count. This match is going to be thrown out. You see Sawyers favoring that back. I mean, in order to connect with that DDT, having to do a little bit of damage to himself. Just an arduous match. Starks by the ropes. He's back up too. Sawyers caught him with that double sledge to the chest. Just taking him down there. Basically just pushing his opponent down to the mat. Caught Starks. Sends him down with that Uranagi. What Sawyer's doing right here. Perhaps getting a little bit lightheaded and really favoring that back. That was time that he couldn't afford to waste. This is probably the best performance we've seen out of Sawyers so far. Starks caught him sleeping right there and almost put him to sleep. Look at these shots out of Starks. Oh, man. Caught him with that spinning back fist. Starks finding his second win. Sawyers slips through the back door. Looking for the ace crusher, gets shrugged off. Pulls him back up to his feet. Got him from behind. And just bridging with that German suplex to impact of the pin. Can't keep him down. Sawyers shaking his head defiantly, saying that it's going to take more than that. Question is whether or not Ricky Starks has anything more. Back up to a vertical base. Just a clubbing blow. Response with a forearm. Another overhand shot. Ooh, caught him hard that time. Looking to punch him in the face, caught him on the shoulder. Sawyers comes charging behind him. There we see the ace crusher. Ricky Starks right on the top of his head. He might be knocked out. Sawyers rolling over into his back. Really struggling right here. Using all his body's weight. He's got him rolled over. He's got the leg hook. 1, 2, only a 2 count. These two really laid it all on the line here in the main event of All Killer episode 26. Looking to impress in the St. Louis sleeper cell. Trying to make a name for themselves. Use Beyond Wrestling as a platform to expand their horizons in professional wrestling. Sawyers taking it to the high rent district.
3!
Starks doing what he can to try and fight back, but he is positioned precariously on that top rope right now. This could spell disaster. Sawyers looking to bring him out. Oh no, is he looking for a power bomb? Maybe a pile driver from this position? You're gonna be kidding me. Loses his balance. Gotta be careful. Starks, oh man, a crossbody right to his head. All of his body's weight coming down on his opponent's head. Still not enough. Usually you see the crossbody going across the body. Much more dangerous from that position. I think Starks has had enough. With that double underhook applied. Can't get Sawyers off his feet. Sawyers still fighting it. Look at this transition out of Sawyers getting into the backslide. Starks out in the nick of time. Got the arms butterflied. Oh man, he planted him right there. Another shot to the head. 2, 3, and that's enough for Ricky Starks to pick up a well-earned, hard-fought victory over Zakk Sawyers here in the main event of All Killer 26.